Welcome. You're right where you belong. Eugenia and I have been friends for 28 years, and while life phases and stages, racking up titles and all the etceteras in life keep us busy, we are intentional about keeping each other centered and committed, and to picking up right where we left off. After all, it's our life support. Hey there, happy new week. Today we are discussing quick ideas, simple strategies, and hopefully just enough inspiration to get you through your week. We are talking about the all important weeknight menu to fuel yourself and your family. Now, before we got started, I told you to grab a snack. Grab the kids' snacks. That makes it sweeter, you know?
Yeah.
So I grabbed one. What my kids love is the oats and honey Sunbelt bars. I know. And they are just stuck on these, like past the Cheetos. They just are like, I love oats and honey. What's yours?
Those are good. You know what? We get what's the brand again?
Sunbelt. Yes.
Sunbelt. Yes, we get the
Mhm.
Sunbelt, but we get the chocolate chip granola bar one sometimes. But a snack that my kids love, which is similar to yours, these are non-name brand, but just to give you a name brand, are like the Nutri-Grain bars. They love all the flavors, and it's just something quick they grab, eat, and they eat them up fairly quickly. So I got to keep these stocked.
The snacks definitely get us through.
Right? Feeding the family and coming up with the game plan for breakfast, lunch, and dinner is a stress we all experience. I'm always looking for ways to make what's for dinner easier because the question has no intentions of going away. It stays there every day.
Lord, I mean, yeah, you're right. You're right. I have written many a blog post on meal planning and simplifying meals. So I am actually excited to talk about this topic. What is a meal that stays on repeat at your home?
A meal that stays on repeat in my home, I would say, is tacos. Girl, we have Taco Tuesday every Tuesday, okay? But I like to switch it up every now and then. So instead of tacos on Tuesday, we do something else, enchiladas, something. It's a Mexican dish on Tuesday. Just put it that way. So yeah.
Absolutely. It's definitely going to be Taco Tuesday
Yeah.
every week.
I typically do 30-minute meals, but when I want to try like a new recipe, sometimes it could take longer just because it is a new recipe. I definitely try to set a menu every week. I write it on my little menu board and have it up on the refrigerator. Sometimes, though, my husband, he might randomly change dinner one night, which I'm cool with because usually he'll be the one to cook it. So I'm all for that. I'm all for recycling meal ideas. If I make something and the family likes it, I'll store it in my little recipe folder and I'll just, alternate the meals. Typically, my formula is like a meat and a veggie, um, and maybe some other side dish. Mac and cheese, mashed potatoes, that type thing. Sometimes I'll add in there depending on what I make. I do need to work on batch cooking because I feel like that may take some of the stress off of me during the week. My staple theme nights are, like I said before, Taco Tuesdays, and typically we'll have a pizza night on Fridays. So, what about you?
Are you cooking that pizza or ordering that pizza?
No. Well, no, most of the time I am ordering
Yes.
pizza. I'm gonna keep it real.
Yes.
Most of the
I,
time,
I
I'm
was
ordering.
hoping you'd say that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yeah, I do typically have a pizza night every now and again. We will order the pizza, usually. Sometimes I get the crust and make it interactive, and we do the ingredients and everybody make their own pizza. So I definitely love that. I agree with the 30-minute meals. If I'm cooking it fresh, it's got to be 30 minutes or less. That's how I think
Mhm.
about it. I am very big on meal prepping. I try to do one day during the week at the beginning of the week. and prep all of the meals, and they will last 4 to 5 days. Then I do fresh. So that takes the pressure off of me during the week. And on the
Right.
weekends, I will cook fresh. And it just kind of, gets rid of the monotony of it,
Right.
eating the same things during the week. So definitely big on that. I'm with your girl. Set menu is good, which I create the menu when I usually prep the food.
Hmm.
So they're on their own. Once it's in the fridge, don't bother me,
Right.
Go to the microwave.
Yeah.
When I do find things that they like, I will make a note of it and try to, keep a system going where everyone gets something that they really thoroughly enjoy. I find it's really consistency and just trying to get it done. What would you say is a cheat ingredient for you?
A cheat ingredient for me, I don't know if this is considered a cheat ingredient, but I like to use frozen vegetables. A lot of times, yeah, I'll use the frozen vegetables over the fresh. Judge me, okay?
See, you probably thought I was going to judge you, but I actually think in this day and age, frozen is great. And let me tell you why.
Okay.
When I go into the grocery store, I don't know what I'm going to get. Now, sometimes they're even out of simple things like broccoli. The onions are moldy, just all kinds of things. And
Yeah.
so when it's frozen, I know that it was picked at the peak.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
that really kind of takes the guesswork out of the unpredictable produce these days where I live. The
Hmm.
produce is unpredictable.
Yeah.
Sometimes you won't find a batch of good grapes out of 60 bags.
Yeah. It's the same here.
So,
I think it's kind of like that everywhere, really. I mean, you just kind of
correct.
never know what you're going to get.
Yes. So you definitely get your smart crown because frozen vegetables, that is an amazing cheat ingredient, and
Mhm.
it's definitely no judgment here.
Okay. Thanks,
No
girl.
judgment. Yes. I would say, what is my ingredient? In the past, I have done a rotisserie chicken and use that to make many different meals. I
Mhm.
think it's easy and it's time effective to grab a chicken that is already cooked at the grocery store, at my Costco, and create something magical with it. So that's definitely my cheat ingredient. You did speak about your plate formula. So what was that again?
It's like a meat and a vegetable, and then I might add a side dish, mac and cheese, mashed potatoes, depending on, what I make. I might add like a Hawaiian roll or something.
Yes. So for me, I would say my formula is kind of similar, but it changes a little bit because I meal prep often. It really is a puzzle to figure out what keeps well when meal prepping. And I think that's probably what scares people off from meal
Hmm.
prepping, but it's definitely going to be meat or protein, whatever your starch is. If it is a vegetable that does not succumb to water easily, it will be in there. Other than that, vegetables and fruit are going to be prepared, cut up, all that great stuff in the fridge for you to grab additionally.
Okay. I
Yeah.
like that idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What gadgets would you say you are invested in that help with meal prep? I would say the air fryer has been a game changer for me.
I use the air fryer, but I love my crock pot. I make crock pot meals like crazy. I actually just got I think it's Drew Barrymore. It's like a Drew Barrymore 10 in 1, like crock pot, saute. Like it does 10 different, it's a rice cooker. Like it just does everything in that one pot, girl. So that's what I've been
What?
using. Yes, that's what I've been using. I love it so far. So typically I try to choose a meal that I can prepare in there.
Very smart.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a 10 in 1, so it cooks rice.
It cooks rice. You can saute chicken or whatever. It's a crock pot, so a slow cooker.
So everything
And
is nice and tender when it comes out.
yeah, yeah, it's
Okay.
amazing.
I'm definitely going to be checking that out. What do you do to add interest to the meals?
I mean, I don't know. Besides, like it being like a theme night, I don't really know. I don't
Okay.
know. What do you
Yes.
do?
You know I'm extra.
Yeah.
I definitely I'm gonna give a culinary experience. If I feel like we have just been eating the same thing, I'm gonna plate it differently.
Okay.
With the youngest, it's definitely if I can make a shape, I'm gonna make a shape. Okay,
Okay.
now I'm not these origami birds and things like that. I can't do all that.
Yeah.
But I will definitely use the cookie cutters and things like that to cut up the fruit and give some visual interest to the plate. With rice,
Right.
instead of just piling it on the plate, I'll put it in a mold. Because we eat often to hit bullet points, just because, like, my older two are athletes, and we're just trying to make sure we're getting hitting the bullet points as far as the nutrition. It can get boring very
Yeah,
fast. So
it can.
yes, I'll definitely do that. Instead of just putting the meat on the plate, I will kebab it and skewer it,
Girl, I'm
you
slapping
know?
that meat. You gonna eat the meat. You gonna eat the meat how I
Yes.
put it on there. Ain't
She
no
said,
fancy tonight,
does it go
okay?
down the
You just
same?
gonna eat.
Does it go down the same?
No, but yeah, I get what you're saying. I definitely just
I do all the extra,
mm,
all the
eat it
drama.
different.
I pick up little plates and containers, like just to
Yeah.
add some interest to the plate,
Yeah.
mini dishes and
Okay.
things like that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I
Yeah.
might try. I might try it out and see. These
She
kids don't
said,
appreciate nothing.
I
These
might
kids,
not.
these kids don't appreciate nothing. Okay, so we'll see.
Definitely try. I mean, even if it's just for like you or you and
Yeah.
Ben, like if you
Right.
guys are doing like a late meal or something like that, it's just super cute. And eating at home, of course, is cost effective and you know what you're getting, you've washed your hands and all
Hmm.
of that jazz. But then too, it can be very run of the mill. So sometimes you have to like, you know, shake it
Jazz it
up a
up a
little
little bit.
bit. Mhm.
Razzle
Yeah.
dazzle it a little bit. Okay.
Yes.
Convenience isn't failure, it's strategy. Simplifying mealtime is truly a great effort towards seamless productivity. Often it's not about the recipe, but the rhythm that keeps our busy lives on beat. Thank you all so much for giving us a part of your day. We hope you feel inspired to try a formula for your weeknight meals as every little bit pour into our success. Drop your favorite lazy meal in the comments, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
If this episode inspired you, we'd love to hear your biggest takeaway. Slide into our DMs on Instagram at @thelifesupport_.
If you haven't yet, make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss a Power Hour pep talk. And leave a comment. It helps other mamas find us and transforms one mom's hustle into all of our community boosts.